Hey guys, I know I promised you another special occasion / prom makeup tutorial, so here it is. I'm going to first start out with my Bare Minerals BB Primer. This is in the medium shade, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. This is obviously going to help correct my color in my skin and also going to give me a little bit of extra radiance. Then I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Dip Brow pomade, and this is in the shade Auburn. I really like doing my eyebrows, especially with this pomade, before I do my foundation. I'm not really sure why, I just think it applies better and it just gives me a cleaner canvas to kind of just frame out my brows a little bit more. I really love this Auburn shade because it matches the red tint that my hair has. Even though I did put a little bit of blonde in it, it still has a lot of red in it. And the Dip Brow has just been surprisingly just the best thing that has happened to my brows lately. Next, I'm taking the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is an NW20, and I'm actually using that as an eyelid primer. This is really the only eyelid primer I've ever found to work on my oily eyelids, and it's not even a primer, it's a concealer. But I saw Jaclyn Hill use this as an eyelid primer, and it definitely works really nicely as far as creasing goes. Then I'm taking the Coastal Scents eyeshadow in Victorian Pear, and I'm just placing that all over my lower lid. This is a Coastal Scents Hot Pot, and the palette that I showed you is a custom palette that I have made. It just has a bunch of really pretty neutral shades in it, and this particular shade is called Victorian Pear. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it's really perfect for a neutral smoky eye. Then I'm taking the shade Naked 2, which is from the Naked Basics palette by Urban Decay, and I'm using that in my crease with a large fluffy brush, and this is just going to help define my crease a little bit more since I really don't have a really defined crease. And this shade is really perfect if you have kind of like a light medium skin tone like I do. It's not going to be too dark, but then again you're going to be able to see it. It's not going to be too light. To deepen that up a bit, I'm taking the shade Faint, which is also from the Naked Basics palette, and I'm using that on a slightly stiffer brush because I really want to define the outer corners of my eyes a little bit better. Then I'm just taking a matte highlight. This was just the cream color that comes in the Naked Basics palette. Next, I'm going back in with Victorian Pear and just kind of re-emphasizing the color since it does tend to get lost in the blending transition. And I'm going in with my Urban Decay eyeliner. This is the, it's not Perversion, it's the one of their new Velvet eyeliners, I think. And I'm tight lining my eyes to prep them for the liquid liner that I'll be using. This is the Cargo Texas liner, and I really love this. I'm not a fan of liquid liners at all. I prefer to do my winged eyeliner with powder actually, but this Cargo liner for some reason just works really nicely on my eyelid. It's got a really kind of fat marker tip on it, and I just really have been enjoying using it, especially for really dramatic makeup looks like this. I don't know what it is about it, but it just works really nicely with my eye shape. Then I'm taking the black shade from the Naked Basics palette on a pencil brush, and I'm kind of going to smoke out that line a little bit. I don't want the line to be super harsh. I'm just not a fan of really harsh black liquid or gel liner. I always like to go in and smoke it out somehow, especially if you're going to be doing this look for a wedding. You just really want something kind of more soft and blended, so doing this with the shadow is going to help me achieve that look. Then I'm taking the black liner on my lower lash line and applying that on the inner rim and also on the outer rim. And I'm taking a bit of Faint, again on a pencil brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. Then I'm taking one of my favorite mascaras, which is the Bare Minerals Flawless Definition Volumizing Mascara. The Bare Minerals mascaras are my all-time favorite because I have really sensitive eyes and a lot of mascaras tend to make them itch, but the Bare Minerals ones don't. Okay, so I'm moving on to my foundation. This is the Becca Ultimate Complexion Cream Foundation. I always can't remember the name of it. I'll have it listed down below. But this is actually a sample I got from Sephora, and the shade I'm using is called Buff, I believe. I may have mixed Buff and Noisette, but I think I just used Buff here. And as you can see, this is a very full coverage foundation. I wanted to test this out before I bought it. As you guys know, I've really been loving Becca products lately. And I went to Sephora to get a sample of this to test it out, and this was kind of like my third time using it. But as you can see, it is very full coverage, but surprisingly throughout the day it feels really nice on the skin. It doesn't feel too heavy. It's a little bit heavier than what I'm used to, but you know, for special occasions you tend to go heavier on your makeup anyways. For my concealer, I'm again taking the MAC Pro Longwear in NW20 and just applying that underneath my eyes. This is really going to help brighten them up. Again, this is a lot more concealer than what I generally use, but again, this is a little bit more of a fuller coverage makeup tutorial. Then I'm setting that concealer with the Bare Minerals Hydrating Mineral Veil. This is my lifesaver, especially if you have dry skin. You definitely need to try this out. A lot of the times when I set my foundation with powders, it just kind of feels really dry on my skin, so I really enjoy the Hydrating Mineral Veil for that. For my bronzer, I'm taking the Bare Minerals Ready Bronzer in the High Dive. This is just a really pretty kind of medium shade bronzer. Really great for contouring. Again, if you have like a light medium skin tone, it's just very natural and beautiful on the skin. And then I'm taking the new NYX Baked Blush. I believe this shade is called Ignite. It's a really pretty kind of medium tone peach shade, and it's just really perfect for a spring or summer look. For my highlight, I'm taking the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. As usual, it has been my favorite lately. And for my nude lip, I'm taking the Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie Lipstick in Be Free, which is my absolute favorite nude lipstick. And to top it off, I'm taking Future Star, and this is a Moxie lip gloss. I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!